There once was a man named Daniel who felt like his life had quietly fallen apart. Not all at once, but slowly. Plans didn't work out. Doors didn't open. Prayers felt like they went nowhere. Daniel still believed in God. At least he thought he did. But believing and trusting are not always the same. Each morning, he would whisper, "God, guide me today." But deep down, he wondered, are you even listening? One evening, after a long and exhausting day, Daniel went for a walk. The sky had darkened, and streetlights flickered on one by one. As he wandered, he noticed a small worn church on a quiet corner. It wasn't impressive, but one thing stood out. A single light was glowing inside. Something about it made him stop. After a moment, he walked up, opened the door, and stepped in. Inside, it was quiet. Near the front sat an elderly woman, calm and still. She looked up and smiled. "Evening," she said. "Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt," Daniel replied. "You didn't," she said gently. "This place is meant for moments like this." Daniel sat down. For a while, neither spoke. Then he sighed. "I used to pray a lot." "What happened?" she asked. He looked down. It felt like nothing came back, like calling someone who never answers. "After a while, you stopped trying." She nodded, then said softly, "Or maybe the answer came, just not in the way you expected." Daniel frowned. "What does that mean?" She pointed toward the light above the altar. "That light has been on every night for 30 years. "Why?" he asked. "There was a time this church was empty, almost closed for good. But someone chose to leave a light on anyway, believing that one day, someone would need it." Daniel was quiet. "I don't think I have that kind of faith," he admitted. "That's okay," she said. "Faith isn't always strong. Sometimes it's just choosing to believe the light is still there, even when you can't clearly see it." He hesitated, then asked, "What if I've drifted too far?" She smiled gently. "Do you think God is surprised by your doubts? Your silence? He's not waiting for you to be perfect. He's just waiting for you to come back." The room fell silent again, but this time it felt full. After a while, Daniel stood to leave. "Thank you," he said. "For what?" she asked. He glanced at the glowing light. "For leaving the light on." In the days that followed, Daniel began to change. Not his situation, but his perspective. He started praying again. Not perfectly, not with big words. Just honestly. "God, I'm here," he would say. And somehow that felt like enough. Weeks passed, and he returned to the church often. Sometimes the woman was there, sometimes not, but the light always was. And slowly he understood something. God's presence isn't always loud. It doesn't always come with clear answers. Sometimes it's simply constant, like a light that never goes out. One night, Daniel entered the church alone. The pews were empty. The air was still, but the light was still shining. He sat down, closed his eyes, and whispered, "Thank you." Life didn't suddenly become perfect. There were still questions, still struggles. But Daniel no longer felt alone, because now he knew, even in silence, God is present. Even in waiting, God is working. And even in darkness, the light remains. So if you're in a season where prayers feel unanswered, where faith feels weak, where you're not sure what to believe anymore, remember this. Silence does not mean absence. Waiting is not rejection. Somewhere, even now, the light is still on. Not because everything is easy, but because God has not left. And He never will. You don't need perfect faith. You don't need all the answers. Just take one step toward the light and trust that it's already been waiting for you.